Good evening everyone and welcome to Gundam News. And this week was a bit of a slow news week in terms of major announcements. Like, the biggest announcement this week was that the life-sized moving Gundam at the Gundam Factory Yokohama is getting a new show called F00 AI Awakening on January 1st, which will last until March 31st. And the concept of this new show or feature will be like a trial startup of new parts excavated at the Gundam Factory Yokohama. Keep in mind this is of course all like an in-universe story for the moving Gundam. Like, they're not actually going to be putting an AI in this thing or like a learning computer, unless of course they're just installing Alexa on it. So the real difference is going to be for us, that is going to get some new moves, which we can then look at, and hopefully in the near future. The second big news then, is the unveiling of the first storyboard image of the SD Gundam World Heroes side project, The Legend of Dragon Knight. And since I'm not really following SD Gundam, especially not like the newest one that's out, reading the plot synopsis sounds like a fever dream of a Gundam otaku who's also really into medieval European legends. After the world has returned to peace, rumors begin appearing that a group calling themselves the Zeta Tribe is gearing up to overthrow King Gundam Mark III Arthur. So to find out the truth, he sends out his nephew, the young Night Strike Gundam, to leave Camelot Castle to investigate these rumors. For figure news then, we got all of the details of the Robot Damashii 08th MS Team optional part set number 2 version anime. Pre-orders will start at regular retailers on January the 11th for a retail price of 4,950 yen, around 45 US, and the set is currently slated for a May release. Now, last time, or like 2 weeks ago I think, we already got some pictures to confirm all of the stuff we got with this set, but now they also provided a written list of the stuff in there, so it also cleared up a couple of questions I still had surrounding the set. Like, the extra wings for the DOP are damaged ones, and the extra antenna is a white one, so you can mark your ground Gundam as Sanders' unit. So definitely a set you're not gonna want to miss if you want a complete 08th MS team. Then for the Gunpla news, the only thing we got was a reissue announcement of the high-grade Universal Century Regelg and the regular Zssa. Pre-order started on December the 24th and they're currently slated for an April re-release. The Regelg goes for 2,200 yen, 20 US, and the Zssa for 2,640 yen, a little under 25 US. And I am kinda tempted to pick up the yellow Zssa because it just served me so well in the Giran's Greed games. Like, from what I remember, they ran out of energy really quickly, but they also packed one hell of a punch when it came to support fire. And talking about video games, UC Engage has a new New Year's campaign where you can win various rewards, and at the same time, they also, appropriately enough, have an event gacha featuring Amuro Ray and the new Gundam. The new Gundam for the new year. Also, there's a raid battle featuring the Shamblo going on. And then from Gundam Breaker Mobile, there's also a New Year's event going on with some nice login bonuses and the Sokai Festival, where you can get the Raphael Gundam and the Code Sora. As for the things we could get this week then, on the 25th, the Metal Robot Damashii Wing Gundam Zero went on sale for 14,300 yen, around 110 US, and then, well, promptly sold out. And I can definitely imagine a lot of these going to the West where, well, Gundam Wing was the first introduction to Gundam for many of us. I gotta say, that's also a really cool stand that it comes with. And on the same date, the regular Robot Damashii Ground Gundam version anime was also released. For 6,600 yen, around 60 US, you get the ground Gundam itself, a container backpack, machine gun, cannon, shield, 2 beam sabers with various beam saber blade effect parts, and more. Definitely not a bad deal for such an amazing looking figure of an amazing looking Gundam. And the articulation it's got is also on point. On the 24th then, Gundam World Contrast in Nagoya opened, meaning that their limited edition Gunpla also went on sale. For 5,720 yen, 50 US, you can get the real grade red RX-78 Gundam and the blue Ailstrike Gundam set. For 5,280 yen, 45 US, you can get the neon green and Ecopla Master Grade RX-72 Gundam version 3.0, and for 4,950 yen, around 45 US, you can get the neon pink and Ecopla Master Grade Ailstrike Gundam version remaster. And then on the same date, you could also get the third Reconguista in G movie on Blu-ray and DVD in a variety of bundles. And then we're already at the reading material. You could pick up the Big Comic Superior #2, which has Gundam Thunderbolt, the February issue of Shonen Sunday Super, which has Gundam Aggressor, the February issue of the monthly model graphics, including a special on Modroid, Molcar, and the new Barzam, the February edition of the monthly Hobby Japan, featuring a special on Gundam 0083, and an appendix covering all of the Gunpla of 2021, the February edition of the monthly Gundam Ace, prominently featuring Code Fairy, the 4th volume of Haigredo Nikoisuru Futari, and the weekly Mobile Suit Bible featuring the Shenlong Gundam. And if you thought that was a lot, just wait until we have a look at this week's Gundam apparel. And to help you with your purchasing decisions, Strict G has a winter sale with 30% off that will last until January 31st. So let's quickly have a look at those new lineups. On the 23rd, their latest roomwear collection went up for sale, and well, the easiest way to describe these things is like a Christmas sweater, but instead of Christmas themed, it's now Gundam themed. Or, well, to be more specific, Earth Federation themed, Zeon themed, and Char Azazel themed. The zip-up hoodie will cost you 15,400 yen, 120 US, and the pants will cost you 12,100 yen, a little under 100 yen. On the 24th then, Gundam teamed up with Miyata Textiles to create various Hanten, which is like a traditional Japanese coat. There is a regular version for 20,350 yen, around 180 US, and a long version for 22,550 yen, around 200 US. And both are available in either blue with a Gundam theme, green with a Zaku 2 theme, or red with a Red Comet theme. And they're definitely a cool mix of like modern Japanese culture with classical Japanese art. Or if you want to go full modern, on the same day, Strict G Arms unleashed their holiday collection featuring a bunch of designs inspired by Gundam 0080. Because, well, it's the holidays. For 63,800 yen, 550 US, you can get a G1 leather jacket inspired by Bernard Wiseman, also better known as Bernie. Not only is it stylish, but the advertisement also guarantees us that it will lower our stress levels when we're wearing it. Like, I don't know, man, but wearing a jacket inspired by the dude who ended up as a pile of hamburger doesn't sound like the most comforting thing ever. But regardless, you can pair it up with either a black or green Cyclops Team t-shirt for 6,380 yen, 55 US, or for 6,930 yen, 60 US, you can get a matching Zeonic Forces and Bernard Wiseman white t-shirt. Then for 7,480 yen, 65 US, you can get a waffle long sleeve t-shirt in either gray with Bernie theme or green with Cyclops theme. For 13,200 yen, 110 US, you can get a hoodie in either black with War of the Pocket theme or green with Cyclops theme. And then finally for 880 yen a pop, 8 US, you can get a Zeon lapel pin, Bernie pin, or Cyclops theme pin. And then finally on the 27th, they started selling their third lineup of Gundam face masks for the virus that may not be named. For 1,430 yen a pop, around 12 US, you can get a face mask with either a Black Tri-Stars, Hyakushiki, The Lost Fleet, Zaft, Pirate Corps, or Master Asia theme. And Strict G is also collaborating with some pop-up stores. There is the Gundam pop-up store Dubai featuring Gunpla and Strict G. The store opened up on the 27th in the Dubai Mall, and as you've probably expected from hearing the name, it'll sell various Strict G items and of course the high-grade RX-78-2 Gundam PR ambassador for the Japanese Pavilion Expo 2020 Dubai. And then there is the We're Always With Gundam pop-up store set up by Bamco Taiwan and presented by Strict G. Here they'll be selling various Taiwan exclusive goods symbolizing the friendship between Japan and Taiwan by combining Cherry Blossoms, the Freedom Gundam, and Plum Blossoms, the Justice Gundam. And you can get these designs on t-shirts, hoodies, tote bags, and clear files. And here they'll also be selling a variety of other Strict G things. From Bunkode then, we're getting a little bit of everything. On Monday, reservations started for their Universal Century 0079 design, which is more self-explanatory than you might think. It literally is the words Universal Century 0079 printed on stuff. All items are available in either a white and blue Amuro theme or black and red Char theme. Included in the lineup are a long sleeve t-shirt for 4,950 yen, 45 US, a tote bag for 2,200 yen, 20 US, a cushion cover for 3,520 yen, 30 US, a pass case for 1,650 yen, 15 US, a face towel for 2,200 yen, 20 US, an acrylic stand for 1,870 yen, 16 US, and a mug for 2,200 yen, 20 US. And then last week, Thursday, pre-order started for 2 acrylic logo displays from Gundam 00. For 1,320 yen, 11 US, you can either get the Celestial Being logo or the Human Reform League logo. And all of this aforementioned Bunkode stuff is currently slated for a February release. And then finally, one very interesting thing is the Flash series of Gundam cases for the iPhone 13 Pro and Pro Max. Now, I've previously talked about them when they released their cases for the 12 series, and now they're back at it with the 13 series. And considering the fact that they'll set you back 17,600 yen a pop, around 150 US before shipping and taxes, you might be wondering, what's the deal with these? And well, they've got an LED in them that lights up without external power. Or well, they get their power from the radio waves emitted by your iPhone. And well, in addition to that, they just look really nice and intricate. If you're interested in one, I will have their official page and Amazon page linked down below. The Gundam Café news then for this week was rather limited as well. With the new year and new month coming up, they've announced their January lineup for the Gundam character birthdays, which they will of course be celebrating with fortune lattes. And this time around, they're all from Gundam 00. On the 1st, we've got the immortal Patrick Kolosaur, on the 12th, Marina Ismail, on the 21st, Ion Vashti, and on the 28th, Sergei Smirnov. And then to wrap up this week's Gundam news, let's have a look at the currently ongoing Gundam.info poll. With 2021 coming to a close, they wanted to know which Gundam-related announcements impressed us the most this year. And while the current standings don't really surprise me, some of their picks certainly do. all the way at the bottom with only 6 votes is Gundam Build Real. I cannot remember the last time that I saw an option at a Gundam.info poll that scored this low. And, like, I honestly wouldn't be surprised if it stayed there. Like, Build Real itself was fair enough, but it really doesn't hold a candle to some of the other stuff that happened in 2021. Like SD Gundam World Heroes that got 12 votes, the Gundam channel YouTube channel reaching 1 million subscribers, that got 14 votes, or Gundam's collaboration with Meiji Almond Chocolate that got 16 votes. And I'm willing to bet that the 16 people who voted for this were mostly excited about the Gunpla you could win with that promotion. Because frankly, look at them, that looks really nice. Next up then, with a meager 21 votes, is the life-sized Freedom Gundam. Not a lot of votes for such a monumental statue, but I can understand that for Japanese fans. A statue over in China, that's kind of like a far from your bed show. And then rounding up the stragglers, we have Gundam Breaker Badlock with 28 votes, and the 10th anniversary of Gundam H with 31 votes. And I am kind of surprised that Gundam Breaker Badlock got so little votes, but whatever. In third place, we appropriately have the third movie of Reconguista in G with a neat 77 votes, which is definitely not a bad score, but nothing compared to the 185 votes for the announcement of the continued work on the Gundam Seed movie, which then itself doesn't hold a candle to the 400 votes of the Hathaway's Flash movie. Gee, I am so surprised about these results. Like, I think we can safely assume that that top 3 isn't going to change at all. But if you want to vote for yourself, I will have a link to that down below. And that has been all for the final Gundam news of the year. As always, a big thank you to the Patreon supporters. I hope everyone watching has a great evening, and I'll see you all next year with more Gundam news.